Alright guys, welcome back to the course. So just to recap some things here, we're going to recreate this project. So let's quickly create a kick drum here, quick drum pattern, or instead of just drawing that out, we can just right click here, fill each 4 steps, and now we have a kick pattern. Cool. So what we're gonna do here is to rename this pattern here, rename and color, kick, and let's color it red. So now we have the kick drum. So let's create a new pattern here, and we're gonna call this clap and snare. Oh yeah, we can also color it as well. And by the way, if you don't know the color that you want for each instrument, you can just right click here on this pattern, random color. That's it. You can do it that way. So now we have a new pattern here, and I'm going to create a clap like that and a snare like that. Very nice. So let's go back to the kick drum here to just select it and have it on the playlist, and select this pattern, the clap and snare, and have it there as well. So I'm going to rename the playlist arrangement here as well. Like that. And let's go with change color. Yeah, and we want the same color basically, just so we're not confused. So this is that color, and we have a red there as well. Great. We can also change the icon here. So let's say we have a kick drum. That is a kick drum. Claps and snares. So let's do that, for instance. Very nice. So now we can play the song. And there is our song for now. Let's create a new pattern. So pattern 3, and we're going to call this hats. Let's go with the color here as well. Something yellow would be good. And I want to fill each 2 steps. And now we have a hat here as well. So let's play the pattern. Very nice. So we have the hats here, and let's rename color and icon this as well to hats. And we want the same kind of yellow there as well. And now just place the hats pattern there. So now if you choose the song mode, we have a full drum beat now. So that's very nice. What we can do here is to group these tracks, these 3 tracks here, to one track. So what you will do here is to right click on the track that you want to group with. So let's say I want to group these 2 tracks with this first track here. I just go to the track that I want to group with above track like that, and do the same thing as well here on the hats track. So now you can see the kick, claps and snare, and hats track are grouped together. So you can expand and do like that for this whole group here. So it's very nice. You can just do it like that, and you can minimize things and organize things this way. If you want to group a lot of tracks here, you can just right click on each track, press the letter G like that, and now you can group a lot of different tracks here. It's very handy to have here when organizing stuff in your project, is to just go with auto color group. That will color all of these tracks that you have grouped together. So now it's a lot more organized. You can see the red little background here on all of the clips here that you're going to use in the arrangement in the playlist here. We're working with a channel rack here, and we're working with a step sequencer. What you can do here is to open up the piano roll, and that will give you a lot more flexibility when creating notes. So you can just choose whatever instrument you want here. Let's say we have the kick, clap, and hat and snare. You can just right click on one of them and choose piano roll, and that will take you to the piano roll of the instrument that you clicked. So you can also see that piano roll and the kick. So if I open up clap here, for instance, that's going to open up the piano roll for the clap. And here I can create notes, a lot more precise notes. So like we have now, for instance, in the pattern of the collapse and snares here. So let's go to that pattern like that. And now let's go to the piano roll. And now we can see the notes that we created here. So it's basically the same thing as the step sequencer, but you have a lot more flexibility within the piano roll. So what you can do here, you can, let's say we want to resize that note, for instance. You can create new notes. You can pitch notes. You can also delete them by just right-clicking the mouse like that. And you also have the control here. So here you can control different velocities, release. Yeah, you have a lot of different things you can control here. So you're actually controlling the note that you're writing out in the piano roll. So if I want to, like, let's say I want a lower velocity on one of the notes, let's say this note here, I can just lower the velocity like that. Let's take a more in-depth look of the piano roll. So to create a new instrument here, you can just go with the plus sign here, or you can also go to add, and here you have all of the plugins. But let's just go with the plus sign here for now, and I'm gonna go with Fruity or FL Keys. And this is a very basic piano plugin that comes with FL Studio. I'm just playing that on my keyboard here. And as you can see, if let's just create a new pattern here and just call it piano. Let's color it as well. Great. So now if I just go with this step sequencer here, it will only play the middle C of this note. So let's play that. And I can't really do anything here. So let's get rid of that and open up the piano roll like that. So now we have the piano roll here. You can also make it full size like that just by double clicking the title bar here. So now if I want to create let's say a chord here, I can just draw out a chord. Let's do that. In FL Studio is one of the best piano rolls I think out there on all of the digital audio workstations out there. For instance, I've been using Logic a lot and Ableton Live a lot, but FL Studio is by far the best piano roll when it comes to flexibility and how to work with different notes. There are a lot of different tools you can use here. I'm not going to go through exactly all of the tools because that would make the course like a year long or something like that. So I want you to explore a lot of these different functions by yourself. I'm going to use a lot of functions when I create the tracks, so you will see how I use them.